Daddy, chill.
What the hell is even that?
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Daddy, chill.
What the hell is even that?
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Do bad dooby dooby doo. Hello, everybody. How are we doing this wonderful evening? Good, I hope. Well, preferably, right? Alright, I suppose we should see what it is we sound like. We should see what it is we sound like. Alright, Twitch sounds about normal. What about the tube of you? Does the tube of you sound remotely normal? Alright, I suppose we should see. Alright, let's see, what is on the game plan for tonight? Well, first we are going to tell you, hey, if you are, of course, one of the 82-ish% or so of people who keep coming back to watch the live streams or keep coming back to watch anything on the channel in general, do me the favor and hit those like and subscribe buttons. They really do help out tremendously. Okay, moving on from the shilling. Alright, tonight on What the Fuck Friday, Let's see, another YouTuber is canceled. Wrong thing, obviously, because why could people get along when they can just try and cancel each other? Let's see, Kamala Harris melts down on CNN this week. Nancy Pelosi says something else fucking stupid, and a raccoon tries to smoke a crack pipe. And then some various random gameplay in between. How's that sound? Sound good to you? Sounds good to me. Alrighty, let's see here. I think we'll start today out with the game Yet Another Zombie Survivors, which is basically just moving tower defense, really. Start. I've got him almost all the way up. Let's find. I want to unlock the mechanic. Okay. No. Whatever that is. For the mechanic, I have to do abilities 900 more times. So, should we start off with our ninja guy here? The engineer? We're going to start with the engineer. How's that? Isolated, endless, and start. Alright, see how long we can go, huh? Here, oh, there you go. Very little bastards. And we will go energy, okay. Upgrade our taser, why not? Zappy, 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 zappy. I want to do the zappy. A turret, sure. More taser. More taser. So how, pray tell, is everyone doing for tonight, huh? I'm hoping you're okay. I'm hoping you had a good Friday. Hoping you had a good week. Oh, let's see here. More turret will bump our turret up a little bit. More zappy. Money. This is a zombie apocalypse, so why do I need money? Oh. Go rescue a friend. What friend do we get? Huntress? Let's re-roll. I want medical lady. There we go. Medical. Alright. Medical drone. Yes. Mm-hmm. We'll up the power-ups, I guess. And just chill right here for a second. Pump that our thing up there. Grab a heart. We'll take that. We'll take that. We'll take the Mickey Faster Zapper. We'll up her medical drone thing. Oh, come on. Zappy, 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 zappy. Zappy, zappy, zappy. Alright. Okay, so usually with the army soldier guys, they can just kind of stand there in the corner at this point, and they do their remarkable job doing their shit, but I think that's not going to be a thing with these guys. Okay, let's see here. Operation, XP modifier, sleight of hand. Sure. There we go. Up her pistol a little bit more damage is okay. Oh, more drone of medical. Yes. Star. Zappy, zappy. Okay, I can see more. Who do we want now? Ghost now. The pyro guy. Yeah, let's try him out for a while. Doing. Offense. No, I want her to be on defense only. So we'll go more shield. Defense for her, thank you. There we are. Give me that, please. Solar panel, bells and whistles, one of the military training upgrades. Jacob's ladder, electrified mod chips, hack the system. Sure, why not? Now, can we just chill down here for a second? Boom, upgrade his axe. I don't think, no, are we gonna make it? Are we gonna, nope, we're not gonna make that. Let's get the hell out of here. Yeah, grab some power-ups. Ooh, Molotovs. Turret, why not? Sure. I want to get to kind of a point, right, where I can just hole up in a corner and see how long it goes. But I know that we're not going to be able to do that right now. So we're just gonna Run, 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 run around the corner. Get ready for energy. We'll updo her pistola. And we'll just cut across. There we go. Upgrade his fire axe. Doesn't he? Let's see what his what the pyro guy's next upgrade is. I haven't used him yet, really all that much. Let's make our way over toward that heart. That'll probably come in handy. There's a lot of evil fuckers right there. Why does the heart? Why does it have to show up to me? It's way the fuck over here. Why when it's way over there? Okay, whatever. I'll take that, please. Thank you. The first banish each power up selects blah 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 blah. I don't know what most of this shit does, so I'm just doing it. Running away. Upgrade the fire axe, please. Yes, hello, another SOS signal. I don't get anybody for it, but we will take an energy shield. Why the hell not? Just gonna run up and down the hall. You know, let's just run up and down the road here. Let's see what that does for us. Blowtorch, that's what I was wanting. Alright. Bring some fire to the pyro zack, right? Oh, we're full, okay. Oh god. Let's just more pyro. Sure. I guess so. More pyro. I think there's a magnet down here. Yep, okay, let's kind of move around here for a second. Let's try not to get the magnet for just a second. Pop that. There we go. Alright, now we'll grab it. Okay, and a laser. Okay, let's try the laser and the blowtorch. And there should be. Yep, a chest here. Okay. Smooth moves, boxing, rock and roll. The first re-roll, no. When you receive damage, you gain +5 max HP. Well, it seems kind of OP. Yeah, that feels a little OP. That works the way I think it should, but it's not, so we are going to, I see heart. There we go, grab that. And I see more heart over here. Oh! Laser! Nice. Alrighty, let's see here. I think we've set up enough where we can just chill in the corner for a minute. I don't know, I don't think so. Infernax! What does that do? A view with hellish flames that slashes enemies with a huge circular area of every swing. No, I want fire. Oh, yeah! That works. Alright, let's see. Can we chill? Can we chill long enough for me to open up my tasty beverage? That's the question. Probably not, to be honest. Okay. Oh, power up, okay. Laser! Power up our laser. How's that, huh? Excuse me. Okay, so we've got, let's grab some of this here. Oh, it's that time, here we go. Whatever time that is, I don't know. Alright, so we're gonna chill right here while I open a damn chest. I guess good, maybe kind of, sort of, I don't know. Alright, what do we got? Molly's. No pain, no gain. Pain tolerance allows you to turn your suffering into strength. Okay, cool, we'll do that. I am the greatest. Come on. Kill him. There you go. Nullified. Alright, cool. Alright, let's grab more shit. Turret, sure. Alright, there we go. There's a lot going on for this game, but it's sure is kind of nice and relaxing, you know. At least I think it's relaxing. So, we're gonna get to a certain point, and then we're gonna do nothing but let it sit there in the corner for a minute or two to see how long it goes, and then we will jump into some of our stories for the evening. Let's see. Skip rope. Gain points from every use of the rope function. Walkie-talkie. Upset ability. Trumpet. Oh, creates a boom boom every time somebody touches me. Alright, I like that. We'll do that. Okay. And makes a noise. Super flamethrower. Throw your flames even farther. Hello. Okay, now, are we in a position to just chill? Probably not. a box up here. Yes, there we go. Hello, Mr. Box. Oh, please. Electrified lasts twice as long. Yes. I am using electricity. Shield. Bobbity boo. And we are grabbing stuff. More no pain. No more no pain or whatever. Yeah. Go to Nada, resuscitation, sure. We'll take a chance that we could die and she'll res us for a second chance. Why the hell not, right? Okay. So, we just chill now? We're gonna just chill for a minute. I wanna see how long we go. I'm curious to see if we make it to level like 15. Danger level 15. Danger, Wellington, danger! Oh, okay. Yes, old enough to where absolutely not many people will get that one, but hey, whatever, right? Although, yeah, just sitting here watching this is kind of, yeah, a little off, but it's okay, we'll see how long it goes. I really want to move my guy around, I really want to move my guy around, I really want to move my guy around, but I just can't. I just don't have the, well, I can, I physically can, but I said I was going to stand here until I had to do something, and I don't have to yet, but I really want to. It's kind of annoying. I mean, not like it's annoying as in, you know, hurtful or whatever, but still. So what's, going on in everybody else's world, huh? Me, my world, well, I've had to work a lot. I keep getting called to work on my days off, so. And then, here we go, then my relief person quit and decided they weren't going to do their entire 2 weeks, so guess who gets to fill in because nobody else can do it? That's right, this guy. So, I think though I have it arranged to where I'd still do streams. They'll just have to be a little shorter, and I'll have to, I'll be able to go in a little later than I would normally have to. So hopefully that works out okay. And we'll just that perfect circle of fucking dead things around me. Ha ha ha! I mean, we're just gonna alright, that's just, no, I can't do it. Let's go gather up some of this shit. No pain, no gain. More resus, sure. God damn. More no pain. Holy shit, lady. Stim packs. Cool. More stim packs. Resuscitation. Snake eater. Oh. But there's a castle up here. I want smooth moves. Okay, we will take a chance to dodge enemy projectiles. You eat shit over there. You too, there we go. Alright. It is time to stand here for a second again and see how far we go. And I'm trying to think about what story to cover first. I don't know. Maybe we'll just go in order of how I posted them on Twitter or Twitch or X or whatever the fuck Elon wants to call that shit now, right? Give with me the power. The power to make you all squishy. Have we lost? No, we have not dropped frames. It doesn't look like we dropped chats or anything like that this time, like we did on Tuesday. So I noticed that Tuesday the stream got split up because we dropped on a probably connection. But yeah, I don't know. Well, we're gonna hit the 20-minute mark, which is usually right around where I died. I'm waiting for the next few levels of dropping stim pack. Sure. I'll take more stim pack. Wonder how much, right? But damn, that flamethrower is fucking throwing out some heat. Oh. I think I've got room for one more. Yes, I do. Well, obviously, if we're gonna use fire, we might as well stay in burning status. This should last longer, right? Oh my god, let's go grab this heart up here. Hello, Mr. Heart. Let's grab this couple up here, too. Take that, yeah, so, ooh. Medic is something earlier, okay, sure. Oh. I hope you read that, because I really didn't. Good. Alright, take our way back. We are just gonna literally just pop right through the middle of these fuckers. Vaccinate the ones that are too afraid, huh? Okay. Alright. Let's just see how long we go now. Oh, we're gonna eat it. We're gonna eat it. Yeah, or oh, maybe not. We can get rid of those bosses. Alright, we used to revive. What the fuck? What are we getting hit by? There's nothing near us. What are we getting hit by? Oh, we're getting hit by that asshole. Okay. There we go. Now he's closer. He gets zapped. Everybody else get burned. Oh, my life is going up. Okay. Alright. I'm not gonna move. No, 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 no. I want to so bad, but we're not going to. Let's see how long we can go. Come on. How long can we make this shit happen, huh? Yeah? Oh, I think we're about to eat it. We're about to eat it. We're under 200, under 0. There we go. You succeeded. Well, of course I did. Why wouldn't I? I always succeed when I'm not trying, right? Alright, what did we get? 54. Medic's 114, because I use her a lot. Let's see here. But engineer, pyro, they went up a little bit. Got done in by a boomer. Fucking boomers. Right? Actually pretty good. Back to the main menu. Let's see here. What upgrades did we get for them? Upgrades. The SWAT guy. We used the medic. So I have 19 points for her, so I can probably up those. And that. And that. Is that all? Okay, okay. And then the engineer. I want to max out. That, anything else? Okay, that'll work. That will do for that piggy. Let's go back to a regular background for a momento here. Well, I pop out of the game and we go to our first story for the night. Let me grab this from Rev versus Desu right quick here. Doink. And we will move that where we can see, and we'll go through this video from Rev versus Desu about Camelot. What was it, 333 being let go from a convention because he thinks the wrong way than a couple of freaks in a convention, and the runner of the convention, whose name I don't remember and don't really care to, decides to call him and say, oh, well, it's not our fault, it's everybody else's fault. Please, please, please don't tell anybody that we fucked you. So let's go with that, okay? Here we are.
This is a content creator.
You know what would help too? What would super help is to have the audio on. Do I? Turn that all the way up. Boom.
And NASCAR driver who has found himself as the latest victim of cancel culture, where some people at a convention where he was supposed to be a featured guest at have determined that he is problematic, and they complain to the leadership of this event, and lo and behold, he has been removed from that convention. Now, before we get into the details of this situation, I want to put all the cards on the table. I have talked about Cam once before, and it was in a critical way. He made these tweets about 2 years ago about FaZe Connect member Pippa, where he said, "Caught the girl at my house that is definitely not Pippa, taking pics of..."
And to clarify, Cam has also come out, especially in the last little while here, and been very apologetic for this stuff too. So we must take everything with a grain of salt.
My kitties. To clarify very quickly, this is not Pippa. Okay, this caused a lot of confusion. Apparently the two are not exactly close enough for this to be a reasonable joke, and a lot of FaZe Connect members were slamming Cam for this tweet, and eventually he would quote unquote apologize, where he capitalized certain letters in the tweet, which would spell out FaZe is gay. Okay.
Okay, also, yes, he obviously did do that, but I'm not defending him. I am just giving, I guess, the full, a broader view, if I can. He has clarify that he did that because Face Connect sent him basically a legal letter that was very corporate speak and was demanding a bunch of BS from him. He felt them demanding things was not fair, and it was his way to retaliate and tell them to fuck off. At least that's, by his own words, what I get out of it anyhow.
Okay, so before we get into everything here, there's two things I want to point out. Number one, I don't think a lame set of tweets should define someone forever. Everyone makes some bad takes here and there, but most importantly, number two, I will talk about someone who I disagree with on certain matters if they're the victim of cancel culture, and in this case, he is very clearly being persecuted because of his worldview, his politics, his beliefs, his comedy, all the things that have been determined as wrongthink, as problematic, whatever term you want to use. And what is going on with this particular situation? It involves Raleigh Retro Gamers. So Raleigh, North Carolina, this is a owner that's hosting an event here called Game and Geek Expo 2025. And of course, the first thing they say when you look at their website, you belong here. Ah, yes. You belong here as long as you agree with all their viewpoints, because...
Yes, you belong here so long as nobody dislikes anything you say. You belong here so long as, and we'll learn, it doesn't affect my bottom line. Or it doesn't give the illusion of affecting my bottom line. Because I'm sorry, the people who apparently decided they were going to try and cancel Camelot are kind of scum. Or the ones that were apparently doing it, because there's no proof either way. They seem kind of like scummy people to me. You know what? In all honesty, if you're going to cancel somebody, period, you're scum. If you're going to try and take away somebody's livelihood or make it so they can't do their thing, but you think you're allowed to still do yours, you're not only scum, you're trash. You are the lowest of lows. The bottom of the snake barrel, the bottom of the shit pit, okay? You belong literally cleaning latrines for the rest of your life. That's how scum you are.
He has been kicked. Here is the tweet he shared talking about this, saying, to all the people who bought tickets to come see me at the Game and Geek Expo, I have been kicked from the event. One of the vendors and photographers from the event said I'm a Nazi, so I have been canceled from the show. Yeah, you know, first of all, why does a vendor, or photographer for that matter, care about this guy? Why do they care? Why do they...
Plus that, like Rev says, why in the world does a vendor or photographer give a flying horse shit about him being there? Really? Why does anybody care if you're a vendor, a photographer, even if you're the staff, a volunteer, or whatever, about Cam being there at all? It doesn't do anything to you either way. The only reason people keep trying to use this cancel culture bullshit is because it's a power trip. These are people who have had no real power to speak of, or no, should I say, agency in their lives, that they have to decide that I'm going to ruin somebody else's life, or at least attempt to ruin other people's lives, because my life is so bad. That's all these people are.
They have a say in any of this. He has been invited. He was accepted as a guest. He was invited. He took the role. He was supposed to be a featured guest at this convention, and obviously he has a big social media following. He's also a NASCAR driver. Obviously there's a lot of appeal towards him, and that's probably one of the reasons they brought him to this event in the first place. But of course, these photographers and vendors somehow...
Yeah, not only speaking of him being a NASCAR driver, they were going to bring his NASCAR truck to the convention. Not something that was ever asked for. But they were going to bring it to the convention so people could actually see it hands-on. I don't... Yeah.
Think they have a say, and they've been rewarded by these people who took their feelings into consideration and dropped Camelot as a result of their complaints. And it's absolutely ridiculous. It's very obviously because he has a conservative set of viewpoints. That's what they're doing here. That's happened many times before, but let's look at the actual email he was sent. It says, "Hi Cody, thank you again for your interest in being part of Game & Geek Expo. We appreciate the time and effort you've put into your content and the support you've shown towards our events. After careful consideration, we've made the decision to move forward without your involvement in this year's show. While we truly appreciate your recent efforts, including the removal of one of your flag videos," big mistake. So apparently they complained about one of his videos. They flagged it.
Okay, and Cody has come out and said the only reason that he removed that video, which is him and Cecil apparently said something about ass to mouth. Okay, woohoo, big fucking deal, who cares? It's childish, I guess, but whatever, it doesn't matter. But he said the only reason he did move that is because one of the people who invited him to this convention originally was a friend, and the friend asked him to do so. So out of respect for the friend, he removed it. As far as I was aware, there was no other reason for him to do so.
And he tried to comply with them, and he deleted the video, and guess what? It doesn't work. You can't work with these people. When they start asking you to censor yourself or to remove videos, it's never going to stop there. It's never going to be enough, and that was a mistake on his behalf here. But it was an honest effort to try to remedy what was going on here. But the email continues, "Additional content has since surfaced that has raised continued concerns from our community, guests, and sponsors. Unfortunately, we've already experienced the loss of a sponsor and several other guest participants due to this situation, and is beginning to negatively affect the overall perception and inclusivity of our event. Please understand this is not a reflection on you as a creator, but rather a necessary..."
I love when they say, "Please understand this is not a reflection on you," but it is. If you are canceling him or firing him or whatever because the situation is beginning to negatively affect overall perception, then yes, it is a direct reflection on the creator, on this case, on Cody or Camelot. That is a direct reflection. It is not a, oh, well, it kind of sort of is. No. If you are firing someone, canceling, whatever the word is for it right now, because of their content, which is what they've alluded to, then that is a direct reflection. There's no... This is word speak, right? This understand blah 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 crap. This is word speak, but please don't fuck us because we know we did something stupid and it's too late to back out now.
Necessary step to ensure we are maintaining a space that is welcoming, respectful, and positive for all attendees and partners. We absolutely respect your right to creative expression and free speech, but we...
Yes, we respect your right to creative expression and free speech, just so long as we don't have to see it.
Also have a responsibility to our broader community. So basically, this is not a reflection on you, and we respect you, but get out. Yeah, get the hell out of here, dude. Yeah, apparently, his line of thinking, his content, it's not good enough. You don't belong here is what they're saying, while they tote the message in their About section about everyone belonging here. Very ironic. But he also would release a call he had with the president of Raleigh Retro Gamers, where he discusses with him why this is all happening and really try to get to the core of why he's been removed. And I'm going to share a small segment of this call that makes it very clear he's being removed because he is problematic.
Like negating like how we could move forward, because dude, and it's exactly what you were alluding to in your video, is, you know, people taking sides and like harping and going off about it. Like, I mean, it's exactly what you said, bro. Like they're fucking gonna make a big deal out of it.
Yep.
And I get that, and I totally get that. Like I get what you were saying. I get where you're coming from, man. Like I completely respect like your thoughts and opinions on it, and I'm not trying to say, oh, you're wrong or whatever. Like I don't want you to think that this is like an attack against.
All right, so this call, right? I listened to the whole thing with him, with Cody and the president of Riley Retro Gamers, blah blah blah, whatever. The entirety of this call, this president of Riley Retro Gamers guy, whose name I don't remember and don't care to, does nothing but backpedal and is basically the entire time begging Cody not to release the fact that he had been banned from this expo. Not to tell everybody that, hey, I got hired here and they let me go, or they tried to cancel me because of my views. Because of my political and personal views. Because he and many other smart people think that the majority of the, how do I say this to be nice, trans people on the planet are just, well, there's just something a little wrong with their head. Not all, but enough of them to make it quote-unquote problematic. Moving on.
Yes, you, or like, obviously you don't care, but like you don't care what I think or what my opinion is, but that's why you have the followers that you have, because you have no filter. You just fucking tell it like it is. I get that, bro.
Yeah.
But I'm just telling you, like, man to man, like, bro, like this is fucking everything that I put everything into this community. And when a big majority of it is like having issues, like that's when I'm trying to like look, dude, I don't go left, I don't go right. I'm agnostic to politics completely. I don't give a fuck about.
That's right. This guy is so agnostic to politics completely that as soon as somebody decided they were going to complain that a person with slightly to the right of center views is going to be in this convention, and they say they don't want them there, we are going to boot you faster than the brick on the fucking Titanic. How's that working for you, huh?
About any of that shit. I really don't. I just want people to come to my fucking events.
Yeah.
And that's that. And Cody, I'm telling you, that's literally all I care about, bro. I just want them to come. Like, our events are like, man, that's something that's kind of like something that we have here. Like, people that would never hang out with each other are there, and they're there just.
That's right. People who would never hang out with each other are there. People with different personal and political views getting together and talking about retro games. Talking about the awesomeness of video gaming. Do you see the quote-unquote problematic nature of that statement? People who don't talk to each other are here to talk to each other now because of games, yada yada yada, blah 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 blah. But yet, are a couple of people here that don't matter in the long run, they wanted you to be gone, so we can't have you here.
Just for the fucking games and shit, like the video games and all the stuff that we have. Like, this convention is something that just kind of, popped up here in the last, and we only did this in the last 3 months. Most people, they plan this shit out for years.
Yeah.
Like, this is literally, I was just doing stuff in my local community.
Oh, not to mention too that it's only, I say only $700 for some of us. $700 is a good fucking amount of money. For some of us, $700 is like rent and shit. Let me see this for me, fucking hell. So yeah, but Cody even had his own money invested into merchandise to take to the convention with the convention's logo on it, and now he can't use that at all. They did offer to, quote unquote, make it right and pay him back for that honestly to me kind of feels like a, hey dude, we'll pay you this if you don't say anything else. We'll please.
Man.
Yeah, so an absolutely cowardly situation. This guy clearly is so afraid about the reputation of his event, he will gladly kick to the curb guests that he allowed as a part of this convention because people are giving him a little pressure. See, I can say that I've been in situations like this too, with multiple conventions where I've had people trying to gun after me, try to get me removed from conventions. And I'll share one that is kind of the opposite of what Cam has experienced. About 2 years ago, I was a featured guest at a convention, and to not drag them into drama, I won't name them directly, but one of the companies I work with, one of my sponsors, was at the event, and I met one of the head honchos, if you will, from that company, and I met them backstage at an event, and they handed me a drink, and they asked me a question right off the bat. They basically said, Rev, why are people so angry at you? And I'm like, well, here's what I do for content, blah, blah, blah. Here's what I deal with. And he says, I asked that because, personally speaking from events I've been a part of and talking with the showrunners of this convention, we've never seen the amount of complaints that you've received because of your content, the amount of people emailing and making complaints trying to get you removed from this event. I'm like, oh, well, that's great. Not too shocking, but anyways, they would go on to say, I just don't understand this because I've watched your content. I think what you do is great, and not to glaze myself over there, like, thank you for having the balls to say what you say, essentially. And they ended it by saying, don't worry about all this stuff. We got your fucking back. And I remember that being like one of the greatest things to hear as a content creator who has to deal with a bunch of people trying to engage in life ruination, trying to get your sponsors removed, trying to get you removed from conventions and stuff like that. I share that not just to share a funny story about that, but to basically give the right way of handling this stuff. And this is how these conventions should stand up for the people that are either their partners or people who are featured guests at their event. Because after all, Camelot was a featured guest. He was offered a position here and he accepted, and then they turn around and kick him out. That is absolute BS, and I think that is literally the definition of cancel culture, and luckily a lot of people are seeing this, they're calling it out for what it is, including other people who are a part of the convention, including this individual right here saying, I was looking forward to announcing a meetup in Raleigh at this convention, but after they banned a fellow creator for exercising free speech, I can't support it. I won't be part of something that promotes cancel culture and turns a gaming event into a political stage. The censorship needs to stop. And we need to see this more often with these events where someone's getting thrown under the bus in the pursuit of cancel culture.
Yeah, I'm glad to see, too, that there have been, I wouldn't say quite a few, but there have been a number of other creators who have found out about Cam or Cody getting quote-unquote canceled from this little convention that is probably going to go away now, because once you do a cancellation for one person, everybody assumes you're going to do it for them too, and a good amount of people that they're going to want in the future are going to look at it and go, you kind of did this to the one guy. I don't really like that guy, but you did it to him, so what's to stop you from doing that shit to me? And they're going to be like, I'm just not going to bother with you. There's this other convention over here though that's never canceled anybody, and they seem really cool. So I'm gonna go over there. You guys have fun though. That's how I see that going. Now, I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. Which I am a lot. I mean, I'm human. I'm only kind of spitballing here, so whatever, right? But it's nice to see, though, that there are other creators that have gone like, you know what? Nah, you did this to somebody. Whether I like him or not, we're not going to bother with your convention. Sorry, bye.
Culture, and we need other people to stand up and say, nope, I was originally supposed to be a part of this, but after seeing what's happening to one of the other fellow content creators here, I'm out. And something very similar, again, another experience I had involved Kirsha, who weighed in on the situation saying, basically, I have my own disagreements and my own history with Cam, but what's happening to him is incredibly unfair. And I bring her up because about a year ago, Kirsha, me and my wife were all supposed to be featured guests at OffCai 2024. And Kirsha was eventually let go, basically for the same reasoning as Cam from this recent convention. She was problematic, and some of the vendors and stuff like that, some of the staff, they didn't like her. They were so soft and fragile, they had to get rid of her because they just couldn't coexist with someone who has a different viewpoint than them. Me and my wife, seeing that back last year, we said, yeah, no way. We're not going to be a part of this. We gave up our positions in protest of what's going on, and we ended up basically crashing the event anyways. We a couple of Kirsha's fans brought in a little tripod. We did like a behind-the-scenes meetup. We even walked through the convention on the tripod with our models and everything, but that's a whole nother story you can check out on your own. But basically, yes, that's another example of people trying to do the right thing and not support cancel culture, even if it comes at a sacrifice of your own. Because being a featured guest at a convention is obviously a really cool thing, but of course, it's nice to stand up for other people, even if you have to sacrifice something yourself in the pursuit of battling cancel culture and supporting free speech. And I guess there's a good ending to this. Cam Wood announced that a different convention and the owner of it would text him saying they're appalled at what was happening with the Game and Geek convention here, and they offered a position and to fly him out to be a guest at this convention. So if there's a good ending here, that's what it is. This is the Streisand effect in motion here, where you have this convention that was probably completely controversy-free, and of course, a couple people complain. They take them seriously. They punish content creators for exercising free speech and having a supposed wrong think, and now it blows up in their face. Now this whole convention is mired in controversy, and it's all self-created because these people simply couldn't say no. The vendors, whether it was the photographer.
Okay, so yeah, and apparently though, this is a beginning of the week video, so it's missing a few things. So we're gonna kind of go over those couple of things that's missing because it's just in better context. And I'm not going to say places or names or anything like that. If you want the names of the people and whatnot, you can go to Camelot's channel and watch his video on this particular thing, okay? So apparently it wasn't a vendor or a photographer that decided it was bad for him to be there. It was a cosplayer. A cosplayer that you might say is problematic on her own, who has a history of doing this exact same thing, who has a history, a reported history of not only being abusive to quote-unquote her friend group and using people and not giving them the credit they deserve when it comes to crediting them for the work they do on her costumes and her cosplays. Also, apparently, and this is the one that chaps me, and the one that tells me maybe you would change your ways, but these self-centered fucktard type people that have never had consequences for acting the way they do act this way a lot. She apparently had a drunken hookup with a guy. She got teased for having a drunken hookup. Therefore, that drunken hookup was no longer a drunken hookup. That drunken hookup was now grape. After she made the decision to have sexual relations with a guy while she was drunk, she later on changed her mind and called it grape because she was getting teased and picked on for it. I don't know, maybe the guy wasn't a complete 10, you know, he wasn't that 6 figure, 6 feet tall, and 6-inch cock kind of guy. That apparently everybody thinks that every man has to be now. You know, which, hey, fun little biological thing for you. You know, the female vagina is only 3.5 to 4 inches deep. So, you know, if your woman comes up to you and says, hey, or if you see a woman that says, hey, I need a 15-inch dick, or, you know, some bullshit like that, she's a whore. That bitch has been stretched out, I don't know, more than a fucking rubber band. Okay? It's time for you to walk away. Okay, guys? Just walk the fuck away from that shit. But in any case, moving on. So she decided to call it grape. He was obviously chastised for it. One day just disappeared and was later found out to have committed, well, you know, the last act that anyone can do in life by taking their own. Quite literally the last thing. So this guy was pushed, apparently, I'm going to say apparently, because I don't know for sure. I'm not there. I didn't see it myself. Pushed into suiciding himself, to offing himself because of her. So that's the caliber of person that decides they're going to cancel someone anymore. So that sounds like a great people to list your fucking convention on. You know, and not only that, too. So they, you know, they cancel Cam because of his, or Cody because of his views, more or less, right? Well, what about all the quote-unquote featured cosplay girls or women or whatever the fuck you want to call, that not only do they run around in cosplay and show all the skin, which I'm not complaining about, trust me, as long as they're an adult and they have the body for it, please show me all the skin you fucking want to. But they have OnlyFans or Fansly or whatever. They show their asshole for money, but somehow that's not problematic. See the awesome double standard we have there? Anyway, let's get out of that. Bada bing, bada boom, bye bye Rev. By the way, I didn't put it in the thing because everybody pretty much knows who Rev is if you're watching this. So if you're watching, go obviously over and make sure you give this video from Rev vs. Desu a like. And let's get out of Brave for a second there. You know what I probably should have done? I probably should have gone into my streaming info for Twitch and put on just chatting for a second here. Chatting. There we are. We are chatting. Is what we're doing. We're talking about shit. All right, what is on the menu next up for What the Fuck Friday? Oh yes, Kamala Harris having her meltdown. Are we gonna do that one? Sure. So we've got I haven't watched this yet. I just saw it from Benny Johnson. Benny boy here. Yikes, Kamala Harris has unhinged meltdown, attacks a CNN anchor after train wreck interview. Motherfucker. Does she really call the CNN anchor a motherfucker? We're gonna find out. Let's go here.
What's up, guys? Benny. Now that we know that Joe Biden was suffering through terminal cancer his entire residency at the White House, it's important to review the tape and to see who was using Biden's corpse for power and what they were saying so that they could drag his feeble, crippled body across the finish line and hopefully anoint Kamala Harris presidency when nature took its toll on Joe Biden. You know that that was the plan. It's obvious that was the plan, and if it isn't obvious to you, then go ahead and watch this answer from Kamala Harris at the White House doing an interview while Joe Biden was still running for president in 2024, and her response tells you everything.
We were talking to some Democratic donors, and they have told us that should something befall President Biden and he is not able to run, that there would be a free-for-all for who would run as president.
Because Joe Biden is very much alive and running for re-election.
Ooh, God help you if Kamala Harris is the person who's sent out to defend you. Not only does she have the IQ of a microwaved potato, but also...
Benny. Dude, come on, man. How dare you? How dare you, good sir, insult the IQ of a microwave potato? How dare you? Why would you ever insult the IQ of a microwave potato? I mean, that's like plantist or something.
So she kind of just like has a really bad poker face. She has a really bad face, period. But she, like a really bad poker face is what I'm talking about here. Meaning she gives away the game. Listen.
Joe Biden is very much alive and running for re-election.
Yeah, you know, I guess you could say maybe she quote-unquote gives away the game or whatever. And I'm sure that while she was running for vice president, she was fully aware of Grandpa Joe's health issues. You know, the fact that he more than likely was cancel-ridden at this time, too. Because, well, as we have found out recently, the cancer he has, unfortunately, I'm never going to belittle somebody for having cancer. I am, in fact, one of the viewers I have is working through that themselves right now, and hopefully, I'm hoping everything's working out good for them. But, and I'm sure others are too, but saying that she had about her, saying she has a bad poker face is, well, kind of like saying there are two jokers per deck of cards. It's fairly obvious to anybody with half a brain cell to look at her and see. But also, this, like, cringy laugh she has, and that stupid look on her face, and the twitchy eyes and all that, that is her general demeanor anytime anybody's asking her anything. So I don't know if I would call that her poker face. I would just call that her, she's a fucking dumbass face. But that's just me.
She assures us that Joe Biden's alive. She doesn't say anything else, though. Just that he's alive. She doesn't say that, you know, I don't know, he craps himself on live TV. And we're not trying to make fun of him. Never once have we celebrated the fact that Joe Biden has terminal cancer. We think it's horrendous. If everybody had listened to us, Joe Biden would have never been president because Joe Biden wasn't fit to be president. He was fit for a hospice care center. As we've said time and time again, the most humane thing to do for Joe Biden would have been to behave like the way that we behaved for the last 4 years, saying he's clearly unfit for the presidency. Again, I just can't believe it. It's like a fever dream watching these old clips. This is.
Yes, many people have said he's clearly unfit for the presidency through his entire term as president, right? But what gets me on this is, the majority, like the Democrat pundits and shit, were all like, oh, well, he's perfectly fine. He's great. He can't walk upstairs or complete a sentence, but he's fine. We're going to pump and pull some drugs and shit. Even his wife, oh, he's fine. But you live with him. Well, technically, I guess. And they're like, oh, yeah, he's just fine. This is okay. Don't worry. Don't let your lying eyes deceive you. Our President Joe Biden is perfectly okay. And then he goes out of office and half of them go, oh my God, how did we not know that he was so not okay? How did we not know that he had cancer? How did we not know that his brain wasn't working? How did we not know that he looks like he might have some type of onset Alzheimer's? Boy, it sure would have been nice if somebody would have told us. Meanwhile, everybody that's slightly to the right of center is screaming, hey, asshole. Hey, yeah, you, dickwad, fucktard, yeah, over here. Hey, I told you about that 4 years ago. But obviously there's no listening to that shit. Anyway, moving on.
Joe Biden, mid-interview, he was getting asked a question right here, live on TV, on MSNBC, and something clearly went wrong with his bowels. Again, not trying to make fun of him. It's just obvious that's what happened. And Joe Biden wiggles off screen, like in a panic. Joe Biden runs off stage. Live TV. What they did to this man, I mean, listen, what they did was inhumane. It's just a matter of fact. That's actually defending Joe Biden. That's not making fun of Joe Biden. That's like
I have to agree with Benny on this one. That's inhumane. It really is. To take someone that was in the condition, or is in the condition, that was made in a condition that was so bad that it was obvious he didn't need to be there, and to drag him Weekend at Bernie style through 4 years of one of the worst presidencies in U.S. history, to, one, destroy this man's humanity by propping him up there like a puppet, and to, well, I was saying destroy his legacy, but honestly, Joe Biden is one of the most corrupt fucking politicians in the history of the world, so I guess you really couldn't destroy his legacy any more than you had, but instead now of his legacy being he was just corrupt and got away with it, his legacy now, in the long run, will most likely be, not only was he corrupt, but he was inept. He was dragged around like a puppet by people who didn't care. None of these people cared about him whatsoever. And that's horrible. I look at it at this point, in this view, okay? If my dad or my grandpa or, whatever, was in this position, would I allow this to happen? Could I morally allow people to drag him around and use him in this way? And the answer is obviously no, because I am, even though I pretend to be a cartoon on the internet, and I might say some outrageous things from here and there, and honestly, I'm probably going to annoy somebody at some point with some of the shit I say, which is fine. I'm still a better person than any one of these fucking people who did this to him.
Defending Joe Biden. Do you remember the time that Joe Biden just made up English words? He stopped speaking English, and Kamala Harris just stood beside him. Watch this.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was in the foothills of the Himalayas with Xi Jinping, traveling with him. I actually traveled 17,000 miles when I was vice president. I don't know that for a fact. And we were sitting alone. I had an interpreter, and he had.
It's actually completely evil, the banality of evil. Watch Kamala's face as Joe Biden, again, makes up a word. Look at her face. She knows what's happening. Kamala Harris needs to be subpoenaed, man. She needs to. I mean, I know she's taken plenty of subpoena in her career, but she needs to sincerely see the inside of a congressional hearing room and be asked about what she knew. You can see that she's clearly making fun of him. She knows what she's done. She knows the evil system that she's a part of here. She knows what's happening. She knows what the end result of all of this is. The plan. The plan is that nature takes his toll on Joe Biden, and that she becomes the first woman president by proxy. Look at that. Oh, it's just completely evil. We call it the banality of evil. Anyway, news is coming up now about how Kamala Harris reacted to being asked about this. You've already seen Kamala Harris wiggle on camera and say that Joe Biden's very much alive. And what she means by that is, well, watching this debate. And you watch this debate, and I'm just going to play one 10-second clip from this debate. And tell me if you think Joe Biden is very much alive.
The total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look, we had this.
Yeah, I would have to agree with Trump on that one. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look at his face. Look at Biden's face. Look at his body language. His body language says he does not belong up on the stage. He never belonged up there. This is a guy who got run out of running for president because he plagiarized 80% of his shit before. And I'm sure if somebody really looked into it, the majority of the stuff he said over the last 4 years of his presidency as well, and the running from basement with the magical ballot drops at 2 a.m. in the morning or 3 o'clock or whatever it was, that. Not saying anything about that. Just seems a little suspicious, that's all. He just doesn't, he never belonged there. Having him there at all was just abuse, period.
The safest border in the history of our country. The border, all he had to do was leave it. All he had to do is.
Trump in an incredibly restrained debate. Look at Joe Biden. Look at the look. Look at the hollow, blank, vacant expression on Joe Biden. Look at that. How sad that is. Incredibly sad. I'm not asking you to feel sorry for Joe Biden. He was clearly in on all of this, obviously. What I am saying is that the people around him should also suffer. Joe Biden is suffering, and he's been taken. Joe Biden was clearly taken advantage of here. Don't feel sorry for him, but there are other people that are culpable in all this. Is all I'm saying. Kamala Harris is top of the list. Joe Biden as well. Kamala says Biden had a slow start, but had a strong finish. When asked by Anderson Cooper what the hell happened, now we've learned that Kamala Harris called Anderson Cooper an MFer after a pretty brutal interview. Let's go. Kamala Harris branded Anderson Cooper a mother effer after a tense interview, according to a new book. The former vice president had been grilled by anchor over Joe Biden's debate performance against Donald Trump last year. Cooper had questioned her over whether the president should step aside over his horrific showing, questioned his cognitive abilities. Directly afterwards, Harris told her aides, "This mother effer doesn't treat me."
See, this is what I'm saying too. Okay, Anderson Cooper was one of the fucking people on the left was going, "Oh no, President Biden is just fine. There's no problem whatsoever." Okay, he was just fine. You evil righties, you're just like so mean to say that there's something wrong with the president. You're just so evil. And now, of course, after Biden is out of office, now he comes and says, "Oh, well, his cognitive abilities, they may not have been all there. What do you think, Kamala?"
Me like the damn vice president of the United States. Whew, we dodged a bullet. That's according to Anderson's CNN colleague Jake Tapper and his new book, Original Sin. Harris went on the defense for Biden in an interview with Cooper, who spoke to that Democrats were feeling a sense of panic with the train wreck of Joe Biden. She shot back that Donald Trump lied over and over again, as he's wont to do, describing that Joe Biden had a slow start. Cooper said, "You debated against Vice President Biden 4 years ago, and he was a very different person 4 years ago." That's certainly true, or is it not? It's amazing how flaccid and feeble these line of questionings are. This is what Democrats consider tough questioning. This is what Kamala Harris said. "This mother effer doesn't treat me like the damn vice president of the United States." Kamala Harris has 99% staff turnover. She's apparently a horrific and abusive boss and a very nasty person, as Donald Trump has branded her, and it's true. Yeah, she's a real class act. Former Vice President Kamala Harris calls Anderson Cooper an MFer to colleagues.
See, so let's see if we understand the full context here, okay? Anderson Cooper asked her a valid and legitimate question, and instead of her responding, I mean, I don't think she did this. She didn't do this in the interview. She did it later, which is fine. But instead of her long-term response being, "Well, yeah, I thought he was fine. Just leave it at that. He was good. He was fine. He was mentally fine. No worries. It was okay. Don't believe your lying eyes thing like they've done for years." She proves how childish she is and calls him a motherfucker because she thinks that being the diversity hire of vice president means jack shit. I'm sorry, but when you become the diversity hire and you are already known in the political world for getting ahead by giving ahead, then maybe people just don't care about you that much anymore.
As much as I dislike Kamala, haven't we all wanted to call Anderson Cooper an MFer? Okay, well. All's fair, right? Love and war. All right, well, here is the offending interview, shall we? How about just go with it, right? Let's go ahead and play. I'll play the interview, and here's what sent Kamala Harris into a blind rage, a very, very weak and, again, flaccid line of questioning that ever so slightly tapped the fourth wall of, like, we all know this guy clearly has dementia and has some type of terminal illness, right? Yeah. Here it is.
John King has described a panic inside the Democratic Party right now because of President Biden's performance in tonight's debate. He's been hearing from Democratic lawmakers and others around the country. Some within your own party are wondering if President Biden should even step aside. What do you say to that?
Listen, first of all, What we saw tonight is the president making a very clear contrast with Donald Trump on all of the issues that matter to the American people. Yes, there was a slow start, but it was a strong finish. And what became very clear through the course of the night is that Joe Biden is fighting on behalf of the American people, on substance, on policy, on performance. Joe Biden is extraordinarily strong.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
And
but I'm sorry, on substance and policy and performance tonight, I mean, the president's performance tonight clearly was disappointing for his supporters. CNN is reporting Democratic lawmakers watching the debate were worried about the president's performance. One said it was a disaster. Another called it a train wreck. Those are Democrats especially worried that Biden did not punch back on Trump's.
Oh, see, look at her face, too. When he starts kind of like pushing back a little bit, even just a little bit, her face goes from they are totally going to follow my narrative and do everything I ask for to fuck you, asshole. Look at that shit. Yeah, her face goes from her normal smirky, haha, they're going to do what I want to kiss my. I mean, look at this. Look at the expression on this. I mean, look at boom, swing. Yeah. What's that? Boom. Oh. Go. The display. Look at that shit. Look at the expression on her face. The expression on her face is just straight up, fuck you. Eat my ass. I mean, straight the fuck up. There we go. Bada bing. Get back to my there we go. Okay, keep going.
Punch back on Trump's lies.
Listen, people can debate on style points, but ultimately this election and who is the president of the United States has to be about substance. And the contrast is clear. Look at what happened during the course of the debate. Donald Trump lied over and over and over again, as he is wont to do.
Yeah, I like how they claim that Trump lies over and over and over again, as he is wanton to do. I love how a lot of the people on the left claim this, but nobody ever actually brings up a specific lie. And I mean a lie, not a stretch of the truth, because every fucking politician, at the bare minimum, stretches the truth. And whether you like it or not, Donald Trump is now a fucking politician. He has always been a politician. He's just a politician of a different sort. When it came to the TV shows and interviews and all that shit, he was always a politician. He's always going to be a politician, and that is just fine. He's just a better one than they were. But they can never say he lied about this specific thing. I wonder why that is.
He would not disavow what happened on January 6th.
Which he has done numerous times. Trump has come across numerous times and said, hey, you guys probably shouldn't have gone into the Capitol building. He told people to march peacefully. He told them to not be violent. But are the people on the left ever going to actually admit that? No, they're not.
He would not give a clear answer on whether he would stand by the election results this November.
Yes, because no Democrat has ever gone against the election results. Because Hillary Clinton, when her fuck ass lost against Trump, never ever once said the election was rigged. Oh, wait. She never ever once said that the election was counted wrong. Oh, wait, no, she did that too. Yeah, no other Democrat has ever said that throughout history. Oh, no, they all have. And a few Republicans have too, huh? So, Yeah, I guess that kind of takes that point out, doesn't it?
He went back and forth about where he stands on one of the most critical issues of freedom in America, which is the right of a woman to make decisions about their own body.
Nope. He never went back and forth on that. He's said it's a state issue. He did everything he could to give that back to the states. The Supreme Court null and voided Roe versus Wade, which was never about that anyway. It was about a patient, not a woman, a patient's right to make choices for their body, not specifically a woman's right for abortion. And the Supreme Court said, yeah, this was a dumb ruling. We're getting rid of this. All these decisions now go back to the state. So it is a state issue. Now, do I agree it should be an issue at all? Probably not. I don't really think it should be anybody's issue but the woman and her doctor. I don't agree with abortion in any way, shape, or form. Yes, I do think it is murder. Yes, I do think you're a horrible person for doing it, and that is about all that goes for that. You know, aside from, you know, obvious things like rape or, you know, shit like that, actual health problems for the woman, all those caveats that people try and mention while they're still going, well, we're just going to keep doing it and we're going to make it birth control now. That's my issue, is the people using it for birth control. Anyway, I got off on a little tangent there. Let's keep moving on with her interview.
He has been completely ambiguous and all over the place about where he stands on that issue, despite the fact that he hand-selected 3 members of the United States Supreme Court with the intention that they would undo the protections of Roe v. Wade, and that's exactly what they did. And just 3 years ago, we commemorated the 2-year anniversary of Dobbs, wherein women across our country have been denied emergency health care,
all that may be true. All that may be true. But the president of the United States was not able to make that case to Donald Trump on the stage tonight. I mean, you debated against then Vice President Vice President Biden 4 years ago, and he was a very different person on the stage 4 years ago when you debated him. You must, I mean, that's certainly true, is it not?
Anderson, the point.
I love that. You're not doing what I want you to. You're like not doing. You're not doing what you're supposed to. Fucking hell.
Point has to be performance in terms of what a president does. A president who incites an insurrection against the Capitol. No. But I got the point that you're making about a 1.5-hour debate tonight. I'm talking about 3.5 years of performance in work that has been historic.
But whether it be infrastructure, the man who we saw on the stage tonight, is that the person you see in meetings every day?
The person that you saw on the debate stage that has, for the last 3.5 years, up until today, performed in a way that has been about, whether it be in the Oval Office, negotiating bipartisan deals so that we have an infrastructure, a real
Yes, the Oval Office negotiating bipartisan deals that give us the worst inflation in U.S. history since the Depression or 2008's housing collapse. Sure, I'm positive the fact that many people's groceries have gone up or had gone up between 80 and 200% are just absolutely fucking thrilled. I'm sure the fact that people's vehicle payments have almost doubled in Biden's term, I'm sure all those people are super thrilled. Yeah, sure.
Infrastructure plan where we're putting trillions of dollars on the streets of America to upgrade our infrastructure. Whether it be the person I see in the Oval Office who is meeting with heads of the military and the intelligence community and in the Situation Room ensuring the safety of America. The person I see in Joe Biden on the world stage, convening world leaders who often ask for his advice, most recently just during the G7 conference. So I'm not going to spend all night with you talking about the last 90 minutes when I've been watching the last 3.5 years of performance.
But this was a debate that your campaign wanted. You pushed for this debate at this moment. Obviously, I mean, you can't honestly say, I mean, can you say that you are not concerned at all having watched the president's performance tonight?
It was a slow start. That's obvious to everyone. I'm not going to debate that point.
Yeah, it was such a slow start that it was a complete fucking loss. But you see the look on her face, right? That every time Cooper, you know, and I don't like Anderson Cooper. I think he's a fucktard too. But every time he pushed back, even just a little bit, I mean, yeah, I see. This is an older interview. Obviously, this is like a beginning of the. It was a debate interview, so obviously it's one I missed. But her calling Anderson Cooper a motherfucker for pushing back just a little bit. Well, I guess it doesn't really surprise me, and he does it. Anyway, let's get rid of that. Hey, you know what time it is? It's time to play another Vigimo game. And we are going to go with, Donner Master Simulator Prologue. That's right, we are going to see if we can make some Donner Kebab or Bombers. Now, the last time I tried to play this game, the controls were completely fucked. So we're going to play a little bit here. Oh, you know what I need to do? Give me a second here. We're going to put that back up. Boom. We should probably go change our settings for Twitch again so people know that we are playing a Vigimo game. Zero followers for Donner Master Simulator. Of course there is 0 people following fucking Donner Master Simulator. Why the hell would there be a bunch of people following this fucking game? I mean, if there are, holy cow, what the fuck is wrong with you? Anyway, boom, boom, there we are. We're there. Okay, settings. Visuals. Oh wow, 720 the highest we can go. Oh my god. Okay. Guess that's as high as we can go there. Brightness, brighten that up a little bit. That's a little dark for me. Gamma, V-Sync, yes, we'll turn that on. Motion blur, is that on? Off. Ultra! Sure, why not, I guess. Audio, music, let's turn the music down. Just a tad. Subtitles, sure. Oh, voice over IP. No. It's just us. We're the only one playing. Oh. Escape. Play. Okay, let's see here. It is 9:02. We have that much money. Alright, let's go. Boom. Go to the store. Open the door. What are we doing? Okay. Clean up. Okay. Garbage can. Okay. Oh, open the Donner machine. This. Open. I am opening it. Hello. This is gonna be another one of those things that aren't gonna work right, isn't it? Yep. Cut. There we go. Okay. Well, where's the... Is this it? Okay. Do I leave here, please? Orders, okay. Donor wrapping, M. This fucking doesn't work so bad. Can I get out of here? Continue, there we go. Open Don... Well, what's a fucking donor machine? It's this, right? Ow. Big bread. No. This makes no... Can I just drop this on the floor? No? Okay, well, once again, things do not work. Throw X. Okay. Let's see, can we use our controller at all? Kinda, sorta, take. Sure, can I take? Come here, you little fuckers. E. E for everything. That makes no... Okay, well... I thought I'd try and come back in here because I updated the game and see if it would work better, but I guess fucking not. I'm sorry, but if I were like a restaurant and shit, I would be terrified to have glass right there. What about a drunk driver, right? Just like slamming into your fucking building. Not only that, people are stupid. They're gonna look at this shit and go, "Oh look, the road keeps going, brr, 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 crash, boom, 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 all gone, bye, dead." Fucking hell. Okay, so maybe Donner Monster Simulator probably wasn't our best choice. Okay, I wanted this game to work. I really did. Can I run? Yeah, I can run. Okay. So, can we finish getting the garbage? At least? Let's just kind of do one thing at a time here. Let's do all the garbage and shit. And see. Let's get this place cleaned up. And maybe we have to finish our tasks before we can move on to the next thing. We'll do that. We'll go there. For a little bit here. Boom. Grabbing the garbage. Grabbing up. This turn. Menu. Oh no! Damn it! Not what I wanted. That's fine, whatever. I want to turn the music back up a little bit because I can't hear it and I want to be able to hear it a little bit. There we go. Let's do that. Boom. Play. Start over. That's fine, I guess. Where's... Oh, we're not... Hello? Did my mouse died? My mouse died. Oh, of course my fucking mouse died. Can I use the controller for that? No? Okay. Okay, well, I guess. Give me a second here. I'm gonna fix my mouse. I'll be right back. Okay, well, my mouse is like DED dead. So I'm gonna unplug a couple things and we're gonna try to reset some stuff. We'll be back. Well, I can't. I think it's just this game. No, it's my mouse. My mouse is dead. I don't know why. It's got battery. It's, technical difficulties. Do. There's always something. Always some type of difficulty of the technicals. You can do this. Can I? Let me try something. Can I do this? Cover that up for a second here just in case. We're gonna try something real quick here. See if that does it. Does that fix it? No. Let's see here. Get my guy moving back and forward. Just can I use the arrow keys? No. Technical difficulties. We are having the difficulties of the technicals. Of the testicles or whatever. I guess I could try and plug in the other keyboard for a minute. Yeah, we're gonna do that, I think. I'll be right back. Alright, I think we've got a fix, kind of, sort of. Is that... Okay, that's working. Okay, that's... started to work anyway, so... a sec here. Alright, so I had to grab the other wireless Logitech mouse and keyboard. The only thing I don't like, though, is the Logitech mouse and keyboard is a touch mouse. So I don't think that's just not going to work. So what we're going to go out there. We're going to go over. We're going to put our background back on here for a second. Get rid of that. Ah, not what I wanted. Stop fucking doing that. We're gonna get the hell out of this game, and then we're gonna go to just get out of there. Thank you. We'll go to, what are we gonna do? Ooh, I know what we'll do. We'll just do some more reacty shit, I guess, for a minute or two here. Until I can figure out what the fuck, how to fix this. We've gone over Cam's thing. What is next on our list here? Kamala, oh, Nancy Pelosi and the raccoon. Let's go over Pelosi real quick here first, and then we'll have a giggle over a raccoon. How's that?
Of the
Let's
United States.
Hi, there we go. And I just think this is fucking funny. It's probably kind of old, but I don't care. I still think it's fucking funny. Here you go. Nancy Pelosi once again saying something completely fucking stupid.
A good place to make whatever decision, the top of his game. Such a consequential president of the United States, a Mount Rushmore kind of president of the United States.
That's right. Joe Biden is a Mount Rushmore kind of president of the United States. The man is so great in his fumblings. The man was so great in his audacious bullshit, his lies, and his crapola. The man was so great about being puppeted by fucking retards that he belongs on Mount Rushmore. That I keep reaching for the mouse, it doesn't work. Fucking hell. That yeah.
Want to know what comes next?
That he belongs up there on Mount Rushmore. Lincoln and
I like that. Even I don't remember the interview lady's name. Maybe she's like, "Are you really saying right that you think that Joe fucking Biden belongs on Mount Rushmore next to people like fucking Abraham Lincoln and George Washington? Come the fuck on, really?"
Joe Biden.
But you got Teddy Roosevelt up there, and he's wonderful. I don't say take him down, but you can add Biden. A good place to make whatever decision, the top of his game. Such a consequential president of the United States, a Mount Rushmore kind of
Oh, you know, it would also help if I turned on my microphone. Wouldn't that be great? Yes, I'm sitting here talking to a fucking empty room. Anyway, it was a traffic stop. This lady has a pet raccoon. It's kind of adorable in more ways than one. Let's take a watchy.
What are we doing today? I'm Officer
Good.
Brandon, Springfield Township Police Department.
Okay, stop it, Josh. How are you?
So the reason I stopped you is you are suspended with a warrant for your arrest.
I am?
So do me a favor, turn off the car, put the keys up on the dash, detain you for that warrant, and because you are suspended actively. Oh. Hey.
What?
Come here.
Hello?
The raccoon has her meth pipe.
As what?
Oh my god.
Her meth pipe. He's playing with the meth pipe right now. No, don't reach for it. That's evidence now.
Oh, I don't want him to have
that. That's why I'm gonna do it. Hey, buddy.
Huh?
It's okay.
Okay, you're on Arlington. He'll be here in 2 minutes. I'm right across from my house.
Is that what that
A few minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is what she's smoking meth in.
Okay.
The raccoon's playing with her meth pipe.
All right.
Oh, there's no way. He's trying to smoke it.
All right. Thanks.
There's no way.
Yeah, the raccoon is obviously just imitating what it saw the human do, like a lot, but I mean, it's still fucking funny.
All right, enough fun and games.
Here.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh.
Yeah, he's on his way here.
Keep an eye. She was trying to take the meth pipe out of the car. Just keep an eye on her real quick.
I mean, come on, that's fucking funny. I'm hoping the raccoon finds a nice home, you know, a nice dumpster to chill in. Hopefully behind a restaurant or something, you know. Okay, so let's play our... Oh god, this is... I'm hoping I can play this with just the controller. I think I can play Fast Food Simulator with just the controller. I'm pretty sure I can. God, I hope so. I don't want to have to keep trying to use this, fucking thing, touchpad crap too much longer if I can help it. I'll have to go. Maybe I need to go get a new mouse and shit. I don't know. Or watch what'll happen is I'll be done with tonight's stream and then it'll just magically fucking work again. Because that's just how my life is anymore. Fast Food Simulator. We'll put that on Twitch is what we're doing. There we go. Let that catch up to us on What the Fuck Friday. There we go. Okay, now let us get this out of the way. This touchpad shit. Oh god, I hate this. I hate it, I do. Donner Master. Fast Food Simulator. Open, please. There it goes. Okay, let's switch over here to a blank screen. There we go. Fast Food Simulator. Alright. And while that's loading up, my phone did something, so I'm going to check something right quick here. If I can. And I just found out that I have to go to work tonight. I am what they call fucking pissed! My weekend person just fucking lied to me. While the one that's leaving found an excuse not to go to work. Telling me a bunch of horseshit. that I just don't fucking believe. At all. Not even a little bit. I'm not even gonna fucking pretend to. Or maybe I may be just overreacting. I may be like, hey, I actually thought I'd have a fucking night off. So that means I went through all that to get this kind of fucking working, so I can have to turn around, quit out of this game, so I can go to fucking work. I just don't. Yeah, I wish I could be not annoyed right now, but I'm fucking annoyed. I'm not a happy camper at all. I thought I'd have at least a fucking night off work. Just one actual real night off of my job. But no, of course not. Anyway, hey, whatever, I guess. If you are, like I said before, one of the 82-ish, 3-ish or so % of people who haven't hit the subscribe button yet, please do so. Please help save me from this life of annoyance. Anyway, I thank you for hanging out with me for a little bit, and I will see you later on. Bye-bye.